Good day everyone, my name is AJ Vincent Topena and today we are gonna talk about the comparative analysis between RA 9344 of the Philippines and Juvenile Delinquency Prevention Act of the USA. We are also assigned and tasked to explore the similarities and differences in juvenile justice frameworks of these both laws. Introduction to Juvenile Justice. This presentation provides a comparative analysis of the Philippine RA 9344 and the Juvenile Delinquency Prevention and Control Act of the United States. We will explore their objectives, frameworks, and impact on juvenile offenders. Understanding these laws is essential to improve juvenile justice systems globally. Overview of RA 9344. The RA 9344 was enacted in 2006. This law emphasizes the welfare, protection, and rehabilitation of children in conflict with the law or the CICL. The Philippine RA 9344 or the Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act aims to protect the rights of children in conflict with the law. It emphasizes rehabilitation over punishment and promotes community-based interventions. It establishes a child-appropriate justice system, including intervention programs and diversion mechanisms. It also sets minimum age of criminal responsibility at 15 years old, amended to 12 in later versions. This law reflects the country's commitment to child welfare and social justice. Now that we have the overview of RA 9344, let's go now to the overview of the JDPCA of the USA. Basically, it was passed in 1968 to provide federal funding for state-level juvenile delinquency prevention programs. The U.S. Juvenile Delinquency Prevention Act focuses on preventing juvenile delinquency through community programs and funding for local initiatives. It encourages community-based alternatives to detention and incarceration. Also, it was introduced safeguards against inappropriate confinement and supported the rehabilitation of juvenile offenders. On the other hand, it encourages the diversion of youth from the justice system and emphasizes the need for family involvement in rehabilitation efforts. By the way, it was influenced by the civil rights movement advocating for equality and fair treatment. Before we tackle about the differences between RA 9344 and JDPCA, let's first talk about the similarities of these both laws. I have 4 different contexts where we can identify the similarities of these laws. First context is the child-centered approach. Both prioritize the welfare and rehabilitation of youth offenders. Second context is the alternative solutions. Both emphasizes on diversion programs and community-based interventions over incarceration. Third context is the restorative justice principles, where it both focuses on reforming the child and reintegrating them into the society. And lastly, the context of the collaboration with communities. Both involve local governments and organizations in juvenile programs. With that, let's go now to the differences between RA 9344 and the JDPCA. RA 9344 is a national law specific to the Philippines, while JDPCA provides a framework for state-level adaptation in the USA. So basically guys, a major differences between RA 9344 and the US Act lies in their approaches to juvenile justice. The minimum age of criminal responsibility in RA 9344 is 15, revised to 12 later. However, JDPCA varies by state, some as low as 7 years old. On the cultural context, RA 9344 incorporates values like bayanihan or the community spirit. On the other hand, JDPCA aligns with civil rights and equality movements. Next is the enforcement mechanisms. RA 9344 mandates local juvenile justice and welfare councils. On the other hand, JDPCA works via funding incentives for compliance with federal guidelines. So all in all, these differences reflect distinct cultural and legal contexts. Impact and challenges on juvenile offenders. Both laws significantly impact juvenile offenders while having some challenges. RA 9344 aims for restorative justice, promoting social reintegration, while it has challenges in implementation due to resource gaps and public resistance to reduce criminal responsibility, while the US Act emphasizes prevention and early intervention. It was criticized for inconsistent implementation across states. Understanding these impacts and challenges is crucial for assessing their effectiveness in reducing juvenile delinquency. To conclude our today's topic, both RA 9344 and the U.S. Juvenile Delinquency Prevention and Control Act offer valuable insights into juvenile justice systems. Future efforts should focus on collaboration, sharing best practices, and enhancing rehabilitative services to improve outcomes for youth in conflict with the law. Furthermore, its success depends on consistent implementation, cultural adaptability, and addressing systematic challenges. Until to the next time, thank you!